We're just going to do a quick garden tour with my Back to Eden gardening method. Got this little grapevine here growing up a piece of twine that when it fully grows up, it's going to go along this arbor all the way down, create a little bit of afternoon shade for my other plants. Now this is the end of June, and these are the corn. I just did one row of corn, but they've grown up probably about 3 per little spot. Of course, this year I'm trying not to thin them out just to see what they do. And to give you a reference, they're probably about 3.5 feet tall. Heard an old adage, knee high by July. Well, these babies are, some of them, especially like that leaf and a few others, are almost shoulder height now. I guess that means they're not 3 feet, but you know, to a 5'9" guy, they're getting close to shoulder height. Then we've got our russet potatoes here. As you can see, they're really doing well. Bushed out again. I didn't thin any of them, and they're all doing splendid. Not one of them has started to get weak or die off or anything. A little bit more corn. And then, as luck would have it, a little path here that the corn didn't sprout. So then under this tree, which my grandma swears this is some kind of a maple tree. I don't know, a few years back someone came through and chopped it down, I think one of my uncles, but they didn't kill it, and so a few branches have grown up, and then every year it bushes out like this, and this year I just didn't stay on top of it, which turned out to be a happy accident because, as you can see, with all the shade that they get down here, these okra, which are only about, probably a week or 2 old, they're already ankle high and doing well, doing great in the shade there. And then over here, got a few more okra growing up under the bushes there. Nice little fern right there. And then these guys are my watermelon plants. Oh, you can see where I missed on the water. I'll have to correct that here in a minute. And I know a lot of people say that you don't have to water at all with these, and they're probably right. But what I like is watering, to me, is therapeutic. Kind of calms my nerves, especially at the end of a day. It's great. So those are the watermelon. As you can see, I had a branch fall on us the other day when we had a real bad windstorm come through. And then these are, there's a mixture of Roma and those beefsteak tomatoes all mixed in here. In fact, I don't know if you can see in there, but there's a tomato growing right there. Little Roma tomato. And again, this is the end of June, so like from the tomatoes I've had in the past, these are doing extremely well compared. And then here's a little bit of more okra. Not doing quite as well, but they're still doing good. Which, that's another note to tell you that this whole permaculture idea, I really think it works. Because these okra over here, that are growing up in more of a forest environment with the shade from the tree and the corn and all of that, they're about twice as big and doing well compared to these over here, which are still doing well, but they're not nearly as big, and they're growing in full sun. They get full sun from morning to evening.